take a look at that. Before you get into the actual updates, I do want to ask you, and I've asked you privately, I just want if you can make a public announcement to this. We've seen Parler suffering big time in terms of, you had Twitter cut the president off completely, and suddenly they're getting bogged down, overwhelmed with millions of new subscribers and new users. So their network was already struggling as it is. And then on top of that, you have Parler's domain name services shutting them down through Amazon.
Yep.
And they're right now non-existent, at least for another week or so.
Unbelievable.
So with that being said, what have you done from your angle, from mine's perspective, to prevent or at least alleviate something like that?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a multi-cloud, what's called a multi-cloud Kubernetes Cassandra cluster. So
wow, say that 5 times fast.
A multi-cloud Kubernetes Cassandra cluster. So
English, Bill.
what that means is that there is somewhat of a finite like enterprise class cloud computing providers.
Okay.
Probably like a couple dozen. That's still a fair amount. So the key is to not have a single point of failure.
Mm-hmm.
So that
agreed.
Yeah.
Obviously, so that they can't strike the hammer down. So we are in the process of, and we're already prepped for this because we're already up and ripping on Kubernetes and Terraform, which are essentially like infrastructure as code framework. So you can rapidly deploy an entire infrastructure within a couple of commands and, quickly pop up anywhere. Now, Parler clearly is not on this kind of an architecture. And this is what puts us in, a much more advanced position because, we have been prepping for this. And not to mention, because we're open source, we developed Kubernetes and Terraform integration so that other developers can come and pop up an instance of mine and make their own social network. So there's sort of multiple reasons for having this sort of rapid deployment system. And on top of that, we have identified a cloud, one particular cloud, which is very pro civil liberties, and they're very under the radar, but they're also very big. Very big. And so we do use AWS, but we're already, in a position with failovers. So, if that happened, then we would immediately be able to pop up. It would be pretty seamless. So Is there
any reason why you haven't gone ahead and done that yet?
Honestly, because this was totally unprecedented.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
Like, also, if you read the comment from Amazon on this, apparently Parler had been ignoring their communications for like a long time. Like, I need to double check the BuzzFeed news article about it, but I think that the Amazon statement is in there. And it seems like they were ignoring requests about like certain illegal content that was on their site. And so Amazon, it's not excusing Amazon. I don't think that it's an acceptable situation. And we are going to be moving. But the thing is that it's actually in a multi-cloud architecture better to have as many clouds as possible. So maintaining some presence in Amazon or Azure or Google or Rackspace or XYZ, others that we're going to be releasing the name of the kind of actually pro civil liberties provider that we've been talking to soon. But yeah, I mean, it makes you more resilient to be in more places. actually.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the reason tech like Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies has been so hard to squash, is because of the decentralized nature.
absolutely. And honestly, there's a obscene amount of the Ethereum and Bitcoin nodes that run on Amazon. So, to say that it's sort of a similar conversation to, when we talk about, is your presence on alternative social media platforms or mainstream social media platforms? Honestly, it's smart to have a diverse presence and to back yourself up so that you have, like mine's is sort of like the civil liberties backup. Hopefully we're going to grow. We are growing we're growing like faster than we've ever grown right now. Which is insane.
I've noticed it.
Yeah.
I've noticed an influx.
You've noticed it?
Yep. So is there anything that you're willing or able to do to offer supports to these other social media companies that are being hit with these issues?
Yeah, they need to, number one, get their infrastructure on Kubernetes. That is a total requirement, and that's a huge project. So they need, otherwise they're just manually putting up servers and installing servers, which can take that's why Parler said, we're going to be down for at least a week.
Yeah, it's expensive too.
Because, I don't know if they're manually setting up servers but because when you a big social engine infrastructure, there's dozens of servers and everything has to get configured and set up and networked. And so unless you have a script that can just pop it up, then you're going to be sort of bogged down.
Right on.
And, beyond that, we also have the Arweave blockchain storage integration that we've rolled out. And there are other things that we're thinking about in a longer term sense to more fully decentralize the back end, so that for instance, anyone could just download an app and support the network. And so the users on their machines could actually be supporting the network. And that's something that we're really brainstorming deeply on how we could achieve that. But that's sort of where our head's at.
Hey, we got a few more minutes. But before we let you go, I know there's so much to cover here. So what are some future developments for Minds, for the users? Is there any updates on Messenger, live streaming videos? Just kind of give us some updates on that.
Hi, Nova. Okay. Yeah, for sure. So we are in the midst of overhaul of Messenger, encrypted Messenger.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's bad. But so we're going to be integrating Matrix, which is open source, end-to-end encrypted, federated, sort of quasi-decentralized Messenger. So
that's my new favorite word.
When can we expect to see that possibly?
We're going to probably see that by the end of the quarter.
Nice.
So by March.
Okay.
Cool. And hopefully sooner. Also, and so that will support group chats, file sharing in chats, sharing posts from the feed into chats,
images
in everything, everything that's on,
awesome,
robust chat messenger systems. So that's a huge deal. That'll be on both web and mobile.
Sweet.
And also, what was the other one that you brought up?
Live streaming.
Yeah. We've been talking with this company called Alive Peer.
Okay.
Which is a decentralized sort of crypto video streaming service. A very cool project, and they support live streaming. And so we're definitely looking at it. That will realistically be later this year that we're going to have time to dig into that.
Okay.
But it's definitely something that we want to do. We have a lot of, with so many video creators, there's just no reason that we wouldn't put focus on that. And honestly, we're going to be trying to expand the team soon. And so all of this can get accelerated, assuming we can get into a position to expand the team and find the right people. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be a huge year. I mean, we have we have tons of momentum. We're growing. You know, people are getting Minds Plus, which is awesome. Minds Plus is growing huge, and you know, we're getting just great numbers there. Great participation. People are starting to earn revenue. So
congratulations.
Yeah, anyone check out minds.com/plus who's listening. You can earn revenue by submitting content that does well. And yeah, I mean, it's totally just unprecedented what's happening. And
absolutely.
You know, the hypocrisy coming out of Twitter and Facebook is like, you know, honestly sickening. You know, you'll see Dorsey post about Signal being on the top of the App Store like a couple hours after Parler got banned. Parler was like the #1 app on the App Store.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, and granted, Signal is a badass app. It's a open source encrypted messenger app that Dorsey supports. You know, he's also a big Bitcoin guy, but it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you know, you just banned the president and sort of led to this whole thing of Parler getting booted off the app stores, and now you're posting a screenshot with a cute little heart of, like, you know, Signal being #1 and like not there, not even acknowledging what's going on. And then Twitter also made the main Twitter account made a comment about like Uganda internet censorship.
Yep. I see
Yesterday. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Unreal.
That was wild.
Dude, are they
tone deaf, completely tone deaf.
Yeah. It's really, it's gross. And so, but the good news is that people are migrating like fast. Yep. People really understand now, because you can't deny it. It was easy to sort of be like, you know, I don't think that censorship's ever going to get that bad. But guess what? The you know, leader of the free world just got booted, and you know, don't think that they're not going to keep going. So,
man, Bill, sorry. I really appreciate your time and whatnot. So I know he was in the middle of talking, so I hate to cut you off, but I mean, I do want to give you an opportunity of any last messages you want to give to the people before we wrap up here.
Yeah, no, just I had fun talking to you guys today. Like, I'm excited to keep doing it. We got to stay lighthearted through this. That's why I always love talking about aliens and weird and weird stuff. It's the only way to stay sane, to be honest. And it does have you know, strange relevancies to like the psychology of what's happening. So it's, you know, it's fun, and I think that we got to talk about the difficult topics too, though. Some would argue the alien issue is a difficult topic. But
well, Bill, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I got anything else?
No, I was just gonna say, I hope people that watch this feel a little bit better about what's going on with Minds during this whole thing that we're seeing with social media platforms. Check out Minds if you get a chance. Kind of navigate around. If you got any questions, you know, post them to either myself or Daniel, and we can help you out as much as we can. We've been on there for a little while, so we've kind of learned how to navigate the channels through there. But so yeah, we're going to try to shoot for the first Wednesday of every month to have Mr. Ottman on to discuss not only the future updates of Minds, but currently what's going on, and then just the bullshit with Bill. So, you know, we've enjoyed getting to know Bill over the last couple of months, and he's been a great guest and has now become a friend of ours. So
did we just brand the segment? I like it.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Bullshit with Bill.
Bullshit with
Bill. I love it. All right, man. I sure appreciate it. And
all right, guys, rock on. Yeah, find me minds.com/Ottman, and talk soon.
All right,
guys.
All right. So this has been another episode of the Unframed Mind Show, where we have uncomfortable. This is all the highbrow ideas and lowbrow packaging, man. It's just a couple of internet nobodies just having a conversation.
Well, we didn't really get to discuss everything that we wanted to with Bill. You know, like we would have. Sometimes we need more than an hour.
Yep,
but
there's always next month.
Yeah, there's always next month. So, like I said, be on the lookout for that. We're going to continuously keep shooting for the first Wednesday of every month to do the pre-record and try to get that out either the next day or the day after, depending on your schedule and how much time you have to edit. But this has been great. This has been fun. He's wanting to connect with the public and and actually talk to everyone and kind of let everybody know what's going on. We hope that today's show has given you a little bit of reassurance on the things that won't happen to mines, as we've seen happen to Parler, as he explained in this video. So we hope to see more of you guys over on Mines, and just stay safe and drink plenty of coffee because it goes right through me.
That's right. Until next time.
All right, guys.
Y'all have a good one.